All right, Cameron, I'm going to use this speech as an example in class next semester. This was really good. This was a very good persuasive presentation. First of all, you've got a lot of data in the speech, but you're not just dumping the data out there. You're giving us information and explaining to us how this information shows why we have a problem, and it helps explain what that problem is. You're very consistent about citing the sources, so all of that is really solid. At the end, when you've got a solution, you talk about how that solution would work, how you can individualize it. You've got a little bit of humor that you put into the presentation in different places, so the speech is a lot more alive than somebody just reading information in front of us. So I thought that worked really well. It's about a subject that everybody can relate to, and so even though it's probably, and I've heard lots of speeches on this subject over the years, but yours actually did the research on it, and that's one of the big differences here, that you were consistent about not just talking about the subject and talking about it in a way that the audience can relate to it, but by giving us some authoritative information on this and some practical suggestions. It would be interesting to see how effective some of those solutions might be, if there's some way of measuring it. For instance, people who do these particular activities, how much they increase their productivity, something along those lines. But that's a very minor quibble. The only problem that I had with the presentation at all, because the speaking parts of the presentation are very solid, once in a while you have this odd cadence when you're delivering a word, and I'm trying to remember, productivity or production was one of those words. When you said it, there's one spot when you say, and it sounded like you were kind of stretched out or something. It was just weird, and it happens a few times in the speech. The rest of the time, you're really polished, you talk to the audience well, it's very fluent. I don't have any problems with your delivery. If you want to look for something to work on to make your speech better, maybe you could watch and see if you can pick out what I'm talking about there. It might be hard for you to pick out, but you'll have the speech to look at. All right, thank you very much.